Are you planning to visit Japan? Before you go, make sure you avoid these big mistakes. Stay tuned as I walk you through the worst things you can do in Japan. I'm Tanya Williams, a travel expert at litroots.com. Today's focus is the wonderful Japan. What a place. But before you go to the land of the rising sun, you have to be aware of those cultural differences that might be seen as an ick to a Japanese local. With a rich heritage and a set of social norms that are quite alien from those coming from Europe and the US, litroots.com has compiled a list of the 14 worst things you can do in Japan. Let's take a look. 1. Pointing chopsticks. Pointing your chopsticks at someone or something is considered rude. Chopsticks should only be used to pick up food. Pointing with them can be interpreted as a form of aggression or disrespect. 2. Eating on the move. Eating while walking or on public transport is generally frowned upon. It is considered impolite because eating is seen as something to be done mindfully and seated, rather than rushed or on the go. 3. Blowing your nose in public. Blowing your nose in public, especially in front of others, is seen as unhygienic and impolite. It's better to excuse yourself to a restroom or a more private area if you need to blow your nose. 4. Jaywalking. Jaywalking is not just illegal in Japan, it's also seen as a sign of disrespect for social order. The Japanese place a high value on following rules and maintaining order, so crossing the street outside of designated areas is looked down upon. 5. Tipping. Tipping is not customary in Japan and can even be considered insulting. The Japanese believe in providing excellent service as a standard, so tipping is seen as unnecessary. 6. Talking loudly on public transport. Speaking loudly on trains or buses is considered disruptive. Public transport is often seen as a quiet space where people should avoid disturbing others. 7. Failing to remove shoes. Indoors, in Japan, it is customary to remove shoes before entering someone's home, certain temples, and even some traditional restaurants. Wearing shoes indoors is seen as bringing in dirt and is considered disrespectful. 8. Standing on the wrong side of the escalator. In most parts of Japan, people stand on the left side of the escalator and walk on the right. Standing on the wrong side can block others and is seen as inconsiderate. 9. Pointing fingers at people. Pointing at someone with your finger is considered rude. Instead, if you need to gesture towards someone, it's better to do so with your whole hand or subtly nod in their direction. 10. Failing to bow properly. Bowing is a fundamental part of Japanese etiquette. Failing to bow, or bowing incorrectly, too shallow or not at all, can be seen as disrespectful, especially in formal situations. 11. Entering a hot spring, onsen, without washing. Before entering a hot spring or public bath, it's essential to thoroughly wash and rinse your body. Entering without doing so is considered unclean and disrespectful to others using the facility. 12. Handling money incorrectly. When paying, it's customary to place money on the small tray provided at the counter rather than handing it directly to the cashier. This is seen as a more polite and respectful way to exchange money. 13. Failing to say itadakimasu and gochisu-sama. Before eating, it's customary to say itadakimasu, meaning I receive, to show gratitude for the food. After eating, gochisu-sama, meaning thank you for the meal, is said to show appreciation. Not saying these phrases can be seen as impolite. 14. Public displays of affection. Kissing, hugging, or other public displays of affection are generally uncommon and can make people around you uncomfortable. Japanese culture tends to value personal space and modesty, especially in public. Understanding and respecting these cultural norms can help ensure a positive and respectful experience when visiting Japan. Have I missed any? Let me know in the comments. So keeping all that in mind, get going. Japan awaits, baby! Oh, and make sure you like and subscribe to get more delightful insights from yours truly. Sayonara for now.